This week on the Trent Out Loud Podcast. Everything that I loved about Miami during these playoffs and everything that made me believe that they were going to win, they showed none of it in the finals. Like, where the hell was Jimmy Buckets? I was wrong. Miami couldn't pull it off. Miami lost. They didn't win. All right, so of course everybody knows by now, Denver won the finals, they're NBA champion. Shout out to Jokic, shout out to Jamal Murray, shout out to the whole Denver team, shout out to the city of Denver and the Denver Nuggets for winning their first championship in franchise history. That's amazing. I think if I'm not mistaken, 46 or 47 years. That's a major accomplishment. But yeah, I was wrong in my prediction. Miami, the 8th seed, lost to Denver, the number 1 seed. Like I said, I waited 2 games to make my prediction because, of course, everybody was like, yo, Denver, Denver, Denver. Nobody even gave Miami a chance. And I just felt like they had a really strong year, even though they were the 8th seed. And every series in the playoffs, they showed such grit and determination and hunger and perseverance. And I was like, yo, like that, to me, always trumps talent. But yeah, I was wrong in this circumstance. But the thing that makes me upset is like, everything that I loved about Miami during these playoffs and everything that made me believe that they were going to win, they showed none of it in the finals. Like, where the hell was Jimmy Buckets? Where was playoff Jimmy? Like he's only playoff Jimmy. There's no finals Jimmy. Like, I don't understand what happened to Jimmy Butler in this finals. Like, he was not even half the player that we know he can be. And, I just saw him, give an interview and, somebody's like, oh, you tweaked your ankle. Do you think it was your ankle? And he's like, no, I'm not going to blame it on my ankle. It has nothing to do with my ankle. We lost. And that's the type of player he is for sure. And even during the game, one of the commentators was saying, yeah, Jokic twisted his ankle. So did another player. And like, this is the finals, right? You've been playing 8-9 months. Everybody's injured and everyone's bruised up. So that can't be it. There is one other thing I heard that he's having I think his father might be dying or has some sort of illness or whatever, and that could have played on his mental. But, until he gives a reason or an excuse, I have nothing to go on but the fact that, Jimmy just didn't show up. Like, he just didn't show up, Game 2, beating Denver in their home court. He wasn't even that huge in that game, you know what I mean? And I just... even forget about those other games. Like, just game 5, like, I think Jimmy had like 4, 5, 6 points maybe until like 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter. And then all of a sudden Jimmy came alive and I think he hit 2 threes back to back, drove the lane, he got fouled on 1 3. Like, he had like 13 points. And Miami went on an 8 or a 9-0 run and it was all Jimmy. And I don't understand, like, why during these finals is he waiting for the last 4 or 5 minutes to start scoring and to start playing? Like, this is game 5 of the finals in Denver. You have to come out in the fourth quarter. Sorry, you got to come out in the first quarter giving it all you got. You got to play that entire 48 minutes like it's the last 5 minutes. That's the only way that you're going to be able to beat a team like Denver. I mean, we all know that Denver is a more talented team. They're a more stacked team. They're a bigger team. They have more weapons. They have more arsenals. Like, we don't have Tyler Hero. And I heard of the Miami coach saying that, like, he regrets not putting him in. Like, come on. Like, we have been proven to win without Tyler Hero. So this could have been accomplished. And I'm not saying that, like I said, my prediction was that they were going to win the finals 100%, and I knew it was a long shot. But the reason why I did that is because I at least thought they could take it to game 6 or maybe even a game 7. The type of determination that this team has, I thought for sure I could make that kind of prediction and at least bring it to a game 7 because everybody thought that Denver was just going to sweep Miami. And I was like, nah, there's no way, man. And I actually really believe that they could pull it off, but game 5, it wasn't a blowout. And they showed some sort of grit and determination. Jimmy came alive in the last 4 minutes and they brought it down. And I don't understand the second to last play. I think 20 seconds left. And Jimmy is driving to the lane. Jokic is there. I think Jamal is there. He stops, looks around and tries to pass it and then passes it to the Denver teammate. The ball gets stolen. He was doing so well for a couple of minutes and then made that stupid mistake, 20 seconds left. And then, oh man, I don't know, man. And then they forced the 3, but they didn't have to because they're only anyways, man, the last minute and a half, or minute, I don't understand. The inbounds pass, when Mike Lowry came in, inbounded and then took the 3. I mean, I didn't mind that play, but at that time you did need a 3. And then what I really didn't like is the last 8 seconds, they didn't even foul. We know there's a slim chance or maybe a 5% chance because you're down by 5, but who knows, man? Foul the guy, bring him to anyways, I'm just disappointed in Miami as a team. I'm disappointed in Jimmy. And like I said, if Jimmy is experiencing some trauma or some anxiety or he's dealing with some family issues, I would understand. And I don't think there would be anything wrong for him to come out and say, shoot, I'm dealing with this with my dad and it's hard to deal with or whatever, to give him a little bit of grace. But like I said, I don't know the intricacies of that. I don't know what's going on. So I can only make a judgment off of the information I have. And I'm disappointed in Jimmy as a leader of that team. I still love him, though. I still think he's a good dude. I love his passion. I love his determination. I love his mindset. He's like, I don't even want to be in the Basketball Hall of Fame. I don't want to be an MVP of the finals. I don't want to be an MVP of the league. This man just wants a championship. He is ultra focused and ultra determined. I'll always root for Jimmy for that reason alone. Just that kind of mentality is the type of mentality that I have, is the type of mentality that I, on days where I don't have it, I look to people like Jimmy or a Michael Jordan or a Tiger Woods that have that strong, passionate determination to be laser focused in on something. So, but he came up short and, part of me feels bad for him, but at the end of the day, we're all men. We got to stand up, and I'm sure Jimmy himself is not super proud of his performance in the finals. So I don't know. You go back, regroup, take the summer, train, and I'm sure this is not the last we'll see of Jimmy buckets. Anyways, like I said, shout out to Denver, shout out to Jokic, MVP, finally a champion. He's another one that was super underrated, very determined, love his mentality, and he's a good dude. Probably the next face of the league. We'll see how that all plays out. And also shout out to Jamal Murray, who's a Canadian. Jamal Murray, Ontario. Shout out to him. I think he's the 7th Canadian to win an NBA final. So shout out to Jamal Murray. Shout out to Denver. Shout out to Denver. Shout out to the city. Yeah, shout out to the city of Denver for winning their first championship. And lastly, shout out to the NBA. I am going to miss these playoffs. I'm going to miss the finals. I'm going to just miss the league. We take the summer off. It's been an exciting season. A little bit disappointed in the finals. I'm sure like everybody else is, wanted finals, being lopsided, a 4-1. But great season, entire amazing league. I have said this at least 10 times right now. As an avid sport watcher who watches everything from golf to basketball, football, the only thing I don't really watch too much is soccer. But I'll even watch a little bit of hockey. I honestly, truly believe in my heart that the NBA is the most exciting and entertaining sports league. So the victor in this year for this finals of this playoff was the NBA. So shout out to NBA. Peace. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It's your boy, Trent Out Loud. Peace!